Before we start, I want to thank CuriosityStream for sponsoring this video. The days are getting colder, and there's something about fall that makes me really excited to study, read, and overall, just stay cozy while I'm learning new things. As some of you may know, I've been recently started taking online classes after work. Sometimes it's quite hard to balance a full-time job as well as a YouTube channel, and then still gather enough focus and energy to sit down in front of the computer at the end of the day and actually pay attention to a lecture. But, with the right mindset, and feeling always grateful about actually having the opportunity to still be a student, everything is possible. The two programs I'm taking this year are related to law. One is about banking law and the other about logistics and legislation. So today, I decided to bring you along with me on a typical evening of online classes and show you how I'm getting organized and how I'm taking notes. There's this whole ritual I enjoy doing before I start my classes. I usually save up half an hour before class to go through my summaries for that day and look through any materials they sent us via email. This is a great way to have an overall idea of what will be lectured during that day and anticipate any possible questions as well. I also make sure to sign in to the Zoom session early on and create a new page on Notion to take my notes for that class. If there are any support materials that are needed, like required legislation or a presentation, I may bring my iPad along to use as a support screen, but today it wasn't necessary. I also like to keep a notepad nearby just in case I need to jot down a random idea or a question, and when they don't necessarily fit into the structure of the notes I'm typing down in Notion. 5 minutes before class, it's time to brew some tea, and I've been really enjoying this apple and cinnamon blend this month. There's something about having a warm drink that makes the learning process that much better. For the sake of nostalgia, I also love to open up forest and plant a tree during my class. This makes sure I stay out of my phone, but it also feels great to see a visual representation of my hard work. I loved this app back in college, and it always feels great to go back and implement some of the habits I used when I was a full-time student. For these postgraduate programs, I've been taking my notes exclusively on Notion. There's 3 reasons why I've been preferring Notion for this task. First of all, because I can access Notion anywhere, which is great if I want to check something on my work computer or my personal computer. Everything syncs automatically, so I never have to worry about carrying around a specific device with me. I can take and read notes wherever I want, as long as I sign in to Notion via browser. Secondly, I enjoy to keep my notes neatly organized in a table of contents, which I will show you in a second, instead of having to create separate documents for each note. Finally, I really love the way you can export Notion pages to PDF and print them. I really love the type of aesthetic of Notion printed notes, and I find them easily readable. Okay, so my general table of contents looks like this. I have columns for the date, program, topic of each session, files, and other observations as well. By clicking the name of each session, I open the notes page for that specific class. And this is what a notes page usually looks like for me. Common features in Notion I like to take advantage of are headings, specifically headings number 3, bullet points, callouts, and quotes. I find that the combination of these elements results in a really nice looking page of notes with enough ability to highlight certain parts of the text without everything looking too over the place. I use headings to separate chapters of my notes. Sometimes I have these headings pre-made if there was a syllabus or a presentation provided to us before class. That gives me an overall idea of the structure of my notes. Callouts are used to really highlight important ideas or key aspects of the class, and I use the integrated symbol to give context to the nature of the note. For instance, a light bulb may represent an important idea or key concept, an exclamation mark may represent a warning, and so on. I use quotes when I find something written down that really complements the notes I'm taking without becoming redundant. Notion really makes these quotes stand out in the middle of the rest of the text, so I make sure to use them only when necessary. Here are a few examples of what these notes look like in PDF format. Studying these notes in Notion is great too, because you can actually take advantage of hyperlinking to really turn your notes into a wiki. That means that anytime you mention a concept that was developed in other sets of notes, you can simply link it to that note, which provides a really easy and intuitive reviewing experience. But to be honest, every single year when fall finally arrives, I get so nostalgic about school and stationery that I always itch to start taking my notes on paper, go back to bullet journaling, and just print my notes out and highlight them. As much as I like to stay digital to save paper and reduce my environmental footprint, there's something so incredibly irresistible about writing things down on paper that I really have a hard time committing to more digital tools. But oh well, I guess I'll always go back and forth between paper and apps because for some reason I just cannot pick one. If you're also struggling with online classes, or if you're itching to improve your organization methods, I recommend you my online school survival guide, which I will link down below. And if you want to watch that video without the ads, as well as your favorite YouTube's educational and productivity videos, then you can start watching Nebula, an ad-free streaming video platform built by and for independent creators like me, Thomas Frank, Ali Abdal, Minute Physics, Real Engineering, Tier Zoo, and so on. But wait, before you go, the more interesting thing about this opportunity is that we've teamed up with CuriosityStream. That means that with your CuriosityStream account, which is actually really affordable, you get a completely free Nebula subscription. While Nebula is a platform for educational and content creators with your favorite YouTubers, CuriosityStream is a streaming service with thousands of documentaries and non-fiction titles, which also has its own deal for a limited time on their annual plan, with a 26% discount. So if you want to learn more about random things like coffee, red pandas and rainbows, or even history, science or biology, among many other things, the price is under $15 for a whole year. Getting the bundle makes sure you're watching amazing documentaries and series, as well as great videos from your favorite educational creators. If you're interested in joining, all you have to do is click the link in the description box below to get this exclusive bundle. I hope you've really enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys!